Do we miss Morris? And just how much is Lattie Lath worth for anybody who wants to put in a bid coming this January? It's 10 minutes of 3 debates involving Craig and, of course, the Borough. If you haven't come across us yet, drop us a quick subscribe. We know there's tons of brilliant Borough podcasts out there. We listen to them ourselves, but this is our attempt to cover the news in 10 minutes. We're looking back at Plymouth 3, Borough 3, Craig. Sum up that game in a couple of words.
Crazy. Yeah, it depends how you look at it, isn't it? You can look at it as a positive and think we've came back 3 times. So we've showed a lot of character. But then when you look at the goals, they're just they're soft, really. I mean, and we got cut through too easily. So, yeah, I think I'll take the positives out of it, though, and take if we can go on a little unbeaten run, that point will be a good point away from home. So we'll have to see what happens Christmas.
Some of these tweets might surprise you. And if you, again, knew what we do is we go through all social media takes from the game. Matthew says, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but defensively we are shocking, and that's why we won't go up. Galizin says, why is it we always know what we've done? We know we were open at the back. We know we were sharper than us. Well, if you know it, then put it right. A good start would be getting shot of Woodgate, and that was one of many, Craig, saying, what is Woodgate doing? He's the defensive coach. He was a better how is a good defender training a team of defenders who can't defend? Is it a valid point?
Yeah, I mean, you can see the point. I think as well, because obviously he managed us for a while and he didn't have the best record. I mean, he nearly took us down. It was when 2020 and Warnock came in for the last 10 games and saved us, really. So when Woodgate came back, it wasn't like a good homecoming. Do you know what I mean? Not many people kind of were happy about it. So when at the ground, when you're at the match as well, if the defence is a bit all over, straight away people said, what's Woodgate doing? Do you know what I mean? They just go to him straight away. I mean, obviously, I don't know what they're doing day in, day out in the training ground and what he's doing. But for us to concede as many goals as we are, for a team that should be like aspiring to go up, and the money that they've spent as well. I mean, we've spent a lot of money on for a championship club anyway. We spent a lot of money on the defence, really. We've had a lot of changes in it, which you can see. We haven't really got a settled back 4. And he's changed the keeper, which we talked about last week.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, they obviously do work on the training field, don't they? But, I mean, those goals, you just can't leave players unmarked in the box. I mean, that's not on Carrick, is it? It's not. It can't even be on Woodgate. Isn't that on the players just doing the basic jobs out there?
Yeah. I mean, you would think. I mean, the only kind of defence that I could say really is that they're just disjointed because they just haven't played together regularly. That's it. But again, simple. Like you pick your man up or you pick someone close to you if they're free. And I mean, 2 of the goals, we were outnumbered in our box. So you're thinking, like what are we doing? Because I mean, Vandenberg came back for his first game for a while. Dykesteel played right back again. He's been in and out the team. A lot of people are a bit undecided about Borges, the new left back from Brazil. He's getting exposed quite a lot. But our left backs do, the way Carrick plays. Last season with Giles. Giles was a brilliant left back going forward, but defensively he would get caught out because we would leave the full backs exposed, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I think it's the way he plays and we will get caught out.
Yeah. Okay. A couple more for you before we move on then. Phil says we missed Morris again today. When we play attacking teams, we struggle in midfield when Morris isn't there. Defence was awful today. You can't leave the players unmarked. Ty says McGree was awful. He kills us by always coming inside. Hackney had another disaster, which even his goal shouldn't let him escape from. He's lucky no one is fit enough to replace him. Some harsh words there. Let's deal with the Morris bit first of all. Then, do you miss Morris when you're playing teams that are going at you?
I do. I do like him. He's had a good impact. He's solid. He gets around the pitch. He breaks things up. He keeps the ball. Nothing spectacular, but he does kind of like the dirty work in front of the defence, what you need, really. But I love Johnny House. I know he's about 90 now, but I just love him. So when he plays, like, I just think he just brings that composure to the team. Although defensively, he doesn't really cover that much. But I think Morris, when you look at the team when everyone's fit, and at the start of the season, Carrick did play Morris over Johnny House, and so I think he's going to be the long-term kind of like midfield pin, really. I think when he comes back, we do look a bit more solid, yeah.
Okay. One other player which is getting the headlines at the moment, not that Borough fans want it to, is Lattie Lath. I'm not sure his performances merit a Premier League move at the moment, but if he were to attract some attention from mid-table Premier League clubs, which he certainly sounds like he might do, how much is his price tag reading at the moment for you, Craig?
Well, there was a bid off Ipswich late August for 20 million, and plus add-ons, and but that was about a day before the deadline, and obviously I don't know if we could have anyone lined up to replace him, but that was rejected. So you would think that it would be again around that, or maybe a little bit higher. When you think of the goals again that he scored from the summer to now, and he hasn't been first choice every match. Conway's been in there, so they've kind of like shared that number 9 role. So he's goals to minutes is quite good. So yeah, I think a bit like around that. I wouldn't want him to see him go. I think if we can afford to keep him, and he'd be happy to stay. I mean, obviously, like players want to go in the Premier League, don't they? But that's where the money is.
Yeah, Smoggy Power said there's absolutely no need to sell Lattie Lath at the end of the season. He's the best striker in the league on the bench. We put the best striker in the league on the bench because we're selling him. It's absolutely ridiculous. Any promotion hopes will be gone for now. We won't get the goals required if we sell him. Do you think that it is that clinical with Lattie Lath? You get in those playoffs. Without him, you don't.
No, yeah, I don't think we do. I mean, you would have to replace him with a proven championship scorer, really, because, I mean, he scored 25, 30, going on nearly 30 goals in the championship now for Borough, like over the last two seasons. So to get someone who could do that, it's either going to be, again, like they're so rare, and most of the teams in the playoffs are looking for a striker like that as well. So... And then obviously you've got the settling in periods and getting used to the style of play. Because we couldn't go with just Tommy Conway. We couldn't play the rest of the season with one fit number 9. We couldn't do it. But Carrick, the way he's doing it, is playing them off against each other, and it's working well. The one will come off the bench and score one week. The other one will start. He'll maybe score the other, and they're kind of working well. Conway scored a few goals as well. So, yeah, we couldn't afford to lose him and not replace him with a good calibre striker.
Okay. Great shouts. Thank you very much. Craig, that's our 3 debates done and dusted for this side of Christmas. Only leaves us to say, you've got some big games, of course, coming up, haven't you, over the Christmas period? We'll review all of those in 7 days' time. Just want to wish yourself, Craig, and all our team a huge, very Merry Christmas, and also everyone watching that supported us from the very start, back from that Swansea game back in August, and has dropped comments and subscribed. We massively appreciate all your support on Where Borough Walk. As we've mentioned before, there's tons of great Borough podcasts. Go and listen to them and just give us a subscribe and watch us along for 10 minutes and 20 minutes every single week. We're very grateful. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you back in 7 days' time, where Craig is going to review 2024 with us. See you then.